Join us today. I want to provide you with an update regarding a critical incident on Friday, November the 8th, and affirm our commitment to be transparent and accountable in law enforcement in the Pinellas County area. On November the 8th, approximately at 10:30 p.m., 3 Pinellas County deputies responded to a domestic incident at 2501 47th Avenue North. Upon the arrival, the deputies met outside a woman and 2 teenage children, a boy and a girl. The woman informed the deputy that she had gotten into a verbal argument with her husband, who was later identified as Jeremy Reed. After she hung up the phone with Mr. Reed, Reed then went into the room and got into an argument with the stepson and the stepdaughter. At some point during that argument, Reed pulled out a gun, pointed it at the stepdaughter, and made the following statement: "You want to have some fun tonight?" After that happened, the wife and the deputies were outside. The wife explained to the deputies what just occurred. The deputies, understanding how serious the threats were, they then immediately moved the mom and the 2 children to a safe location north of the residence. While securing the area and preparing to make the arrest, Reed emerged from the home with a gun armed and started running toward the deputies and the family members. In fear that Reed was going to shoot them, the deputies shot several times at Reed, striking him. He was transported to the hospital. Subsequently, he was released to Pinellas County Jail. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. The use of deadly force investigation task force was established back in 2020. We want to make sure that we were transparent and had an objective view of the incidents at any time an officer-involved shooting took place. This task force ensured that all officers involved shootings in Pinellas County are investigated thoroughly and independently. By design, the agency involved in the use of deadly task force does not conduct the investigation, eliminating any potential conflict of interest. That's why the St. Petersburg Police Department took the lead on this investigation. The deputies were put on a paid administrative leave until the conclusion of this investigation, which I'm about to tell you about today. The suspect, Reed, was charged with 1 count of aggravated assault domestic and 3 counts of aggravated assault on law enforcement officers. Based on a comprehensive investigation, including witness statement, physical evidence, and the fast approaching threat posed by Reed toward his family members and the deputy, it has been determined that the deputy's actions were justified in accordance to Florida state statute. We want to recognize the gravity of this incident involving use of deadly task force and the profound impact it has on our community, the individuals involved, and the family members. We remain committed to ensuring that the investigation remains a serious matter. The matter is comprehensive, unbiased, and conducted with utmost integrity. At this time, I'm going to show you the body cam footage of Deputy Creaser, and then after that, I'll take any questions. Can you show the video, please?
Hands! Hey! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
As you can see right there in the video, there's the gun. I'm sorry, I was away from the mic. So, as you can see, when you first saw it, you saw the Deputy Creaser sees the gun in Reed's hand as he's running toward the family. And then on the next area, you see where the green arrow is pointing. That's where the family is. So as he's coming around the corner, the family's right there. So those deputies had to make a split decision on what they were going to do. And if they did not use that, we would not know what would happen. So I'll take any questions.
How are the deputies doing?
From my understanding, they're doing fine. I sent the letter to the Sheriff Gualtieri yesterday. So now it'll be an investigation on the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office on any policy that they violated, and we don't investigate that part of it.
And when will that determine when they will return to work?
That is up to the sheriff when he decides to put them back on the road. Any other questions?
The suspect is still in
He's stable, but he's at the he's in Pinellas County Jail. He's in their medical wing. He was shot several times, but they said he's going to recover without any problem.
Does he have a criminal history, the suspect?
I don't recall. I think if there's anything, there was something minor, and we'll make sure we get that information to you. And again, we will release that footage so you can have that this afternoon also.
Can you take us through again the split second decisions that were made in that moment as we saw that video? Can you take us through that play by play, if you will?
Sure, so I'll have them play it again, but as you can see, the deputies, they were coming up with a plan on how they were going to take Reed into custody because of the threats that he had made to his stepdaughter producing a gun. So as they're deciding on how they're going to do it, how they're going to set the perimeter, Reed comes right out of the house. As he comes out of the house, he comes right in front of where Deputy Creaser is. Deputy sees him with that gun, and then he knows where the family is, so he knows when he turns that corner, Reed's going to be looking directly at the family. So he had to make a split-second decision. Am I going to let him get around the corner? Am I going to let him get to that family? And also to the other deputies that were in that corner, around the corner. So if you want to play that video again, you'll see it. I can step away, but then you'll lose part of my conversation. So go ahead.
Hands!
Hey, put the gun down! Put it down!
Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put
So as you can see from that, he's given Reed the instruction, let me see your hands, drop the weapon, drop the weapon. When you see the red arrow, that's when he still sees Reed running directly north. When he breaks the perimeter right before he breaks the perimeter of the house and you see the green arrow, the family's right there. So as he's running, if he clears that house or that building, he's going to be looking directly at the family. Remember what I told you earlier, the deputies had already moved the family away from the home. So he comes out and he's running toward that family. So again, I'll play it for you one more time in case you have any questions. You can stop it for you.
hands!
Hey, put the gun down! Put it down!
Put the gun down! Put the
First command you hear him say hands. He's telling them hands, so let me see your hands. Okay, go ahead. Put the weapon down. The arrow's right there. Stop. Before he knows, he's going to turn that corner, the family's right there. So he's giving them command to, thank you. He gave him the command, hands, let me see your hands, stop. And then he's got to make a decision. Because if he turns that corner, he's got that gun that you can see here to my left, to your right, in his hand. He can use that weapon on that family member, on those family members. And he had already threatened the daughter. If you remember that statement that I said earlier, you want to have some fun tonight. It was loaded. And it doesn't matter to the deputy or to the officer there involved. We don't have time to ask you if that's gun loaded or not. You got a gun in your hand, we're going to give you a command to drop that weapon. We're not going to check to see how many bullets are in there, or if you do have rounds in there. We've gave you an order. The deputy gave him an order. He had a choice, and his choice was to drop that gun and go down to the ground. Any other questions?
Cases like this on the rise or unusual?
Well, I'm not. Everyday things happen. You know, when everybody says, you know, just everyday police work, there's no such thing as an everyday police work. There's no such thing as a routine police call, because if you want to say, using myself, they're setting a perimeter. Who would think that this guy's going to come run right out of the house? He knows the deputies are there. He knows they're there. So you're going to come run out of your house? So I would say, in my career, I've never seen anybody run out of a house with a gun, knowing that we're already outside waiting for you to come out. Most people come out of homes and surrender. So every day, are we seeing more of this every day across the nation? Yeah, we're seeing more officer-involved shootings, but if people that are involved in these follow the directions that they're being given by law enforcement, we can decrease that.
You say you're seeing this every day across the country, what about here in St. Pete?
No, so I think this is I have to go back, I think it's our second or third one this year, or our third one this year. So this is our third incident this year. I would like to see zero. So, you know, my biggest thing is I want law enforcement officers to go home each and every night to their families like everyone else. And I want the people that are involved in this to go home to their families. If you just follow the instructions that are given to you, then everybody can be safe. Thank you.